welcome back to another edition of This Week in 3 Minutes. I've called this one 37 centimeters cubed. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, those of us who've been watching gold the last 3 weeks have been seeing a very strong consolidation. It hasn't done much of anything for about 3 weeks, moved up or down, maybe a couple bucks, that's about it. This is a wonderful consolidative period that's giving gold strength so that it can build up as it typically does in nominal price through the summer months and through September especially. July, August, September are the best months for gold typically throughout the year. And with all this uncertainty we've got going on right now between the G7 and so on, the timeliness for this is very relevant, and the technical patterns on it support what we see to be most likely a wonderful next few months in terms of the price of gold. What do we got going on? Oh yeah, another country has decided to move away from US dollars in trade settlement and is now using blockchain technology, and that's, of course, I'm talking about Thailand. There'll be more to follow. What else we got going on? Oh yes, Deutsche Bank causing more uncertainty in the European banking environment. Their credit default swaps are getting very, very expensive, and who knows how they're going to get fixed, if you will. Bailed in, bailed out, a combination of, but if that bank goes down, look out. Okay, so this is the big news this week. Oh, actually, before I get to that, Texas is now open for business in terms of its gold depository. A few years ago, they wanted to bring their gold home, didn't really have anywhere to put it. Now they do. So it'll be interesting to see if other southern states use Texas, or if they build their own or pull their gold out of the Fed. I don't know. Maybe they just don't trust the Fed. Can you blame them? So, all right, so the really big news this week was the First National Pension Fund announcing that it was switching out of paper gold into physical gold, into monetary gold. And of course, I'm talking about Switzerland. The most conservative and fiscally responsible country that I know of is the first and will likely be setting the precedent. And the reason why I believe they're doing it is because of the new banking standards. By switching out of paper, which doesn't qualify as a Tier 1 asset, into monetary gold, they've now just strengthened their balance sheet. They're now on side with the new Basel banking rules, and I think other institutions are going to clue in once they recognize that monetary gold or physical gold held in a vault or trust qualifies as a Tier 1 asset. So maybe they just don't know that gold has been... Anyways, we'll see what happens, but you can count on other institutions doing the same. And so basically what the Swiss have done is they've taken 16.75 metric tons, or 16.75 of these. That's the size of a ton of gold. Not very big. If it was water, it'd be 120 pounds or 51 kilograms. But in metal, in gold, that's 2,200 pounds, 1,000 kilograms, or $42 million US. It's easy to visualize like this. And just to put it in context, there's only 2,500 of those produced every year. That's it. So, and declining. The numbers going forward are not pretty for finding new deposits and discoveries and so on. So, I want you to just think about, why is it that we still use this stuff? Some very learned people in the gold space call it money. I think actually it might be more accurate to call it freedom. Whether it's a state that wants to be free from another state, i.e. some country who doesn't want to use the US dollar, there's this as a backup. As an individual, maybe you want to be free from the state you live in. Maybe you don't like the rules or what they've done with the paper money and so on, and you want the opportunity to be free of that. That's what this stuff is all about. Actually, you could call it money. I prefer to think of it as a form of freedom. So does Alan Greenspan, by the way. Anyways, on that note, have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next Friday. Cheers for now.